Якийсь черновичок дайте для всіх, там покажемо, що ми треба, а тоді доробите, що я підпишу пізніше. Та вже ж я наче запам'ятати. Це черновик. Я кажу, поясніть, кажу, вам скажу. Зараз розповідається. Ось де типу реєстрація, скажу, що я реєструюся, тому його ніхто не буде бачити. Я ось листочок я знайшов. Давай, скажемо, що це, ви поняли, відомість, як це називається, як вона, протокол? Як ми правильно? Протокол присутності, правильно бачимо?
Так, так,
Хорошо, якщо успіємо. Да, будь ласка, включайте мікрофон. Доброго дня, шановні колеги. Сьогодні 29 березня 2024 рік, 10 година за українським часом. Дозвольте розпочати засідання. Відповідно до рішення Вченої ради Сумського національного аграрного університету, затверджений наказом ректора номер 735К від 28 грудня 2023 року, у Сумському національному аграрному університеті утворено спеціалізовану вчену раду для прийняття до розгляду та проведення разового захисту дисертації ЧЖАН Сіхуан на тему «Вплив довготривалого застосування дігексату на властивості ґрунту та врожайних сільськогосподарських культур в умовах північно-китайської рівнини», тобто «Effect of long-term biogas slurry application on soil properties and crops yield in the North China Plan» на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії у галузі знань 20 аграрні науки та продовольство за спеціальністю 201 агрономія. Отже, склад комісії: головуючий Мельник Андрій Васильович, доктор сільськогосподарських наук, професор кафедри садового та лісового господарства, Сумський національний аграрний університет. Так, рецензенти: Жатова Галина Олексіївна, кандидат сільськогосподарських наук, професор кафедри екології та ботаніки, Сумський національний аграрний університет.
Так, присутня.
Так, дякую. Аничко Віктор Іванович, кандидат сільськогосподарських наук, доцент, завідувач кафедри селекції та насінництва імені Гончарова Миколи Дем'яновича, Сумський національний аграрний університет.
Присутні.
Так. Опоненти: Маренич Микола Миколайович, доктор сільськогосподарських наук, професор кафедри селекції насінництва і генетики, Полтавський державний аграрний університет, місто Полтава. За допомогою відеозв'язку присутній? Так. Гуменюк Олександр Володимирович, кандидат сільськогосподарських наук, завідувач лабораторії селекції озимої пшениці, Миронівський інститут пшениці імені Ремесла, Національної академії аграрних наук України, Київська область. Теж за допомогою відеозв'язку. Присутній?
Так, присутній.
Так, добре. Тобто, як ви бачите, всі оголошені члени комісії присутні. Зараз перевіримо щодо реєстрації. Тобто, шановні рецензенти і опоненти, отже, на підставі реєстраційної картки присутні 5 членів спеціалізованої вченої ради з 5, згідно наказу 735 від 28 грудня. Кворум необхідний для засідання є. І ми маємо всі офіційні підстави для того, щоб розпочати засідання. Так, будь ласка, реєструємося всі присутні. Віктор Іванович, будь ласка. Дякую. Так, і 2 члени спеціалізованої ради за відеозв'язком. Я теж реєструю вас і потім це все оформимо в протокол. Далі. Сьогодні на порядку денному, отже, засідання, вибачаюсь, спеціалізованої ради оголошено відкритим, так як кворум дотримано. Сьогодні на порядку денному захист дисертації на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії, аспіранта кафедри агротехнологій та ґрунтознавства Сумського національного аграрного університету ЧЖАН Сіхуан за темою «Вплив довготривалого застосування дігестату на властивості ґрунту та врожайність сільськогосподарських культур в умовах північно-китайської рівнини» за спеціальністю 201 агрономія. Роботу виконано в Сумському національному аграрному університеті та Хенанському інституті науки та технологій. Науковий керівник, кандидат сільськогосподарських наук, доцент Захарченка Еліна Анатоліївна. Вона також присутня. Так. До спеціалізованої вченої ради надійшли такі документи. Заява щодо проведення атестації здобувачки, копія першої сторінки паспорта громадянинки Китайської Народної Республіки є, копія першої сторінки диплома і весь диплом магістра, витяг з наказу про зарахування до аспірантури, засвідчений у встановленому порядку, академічна довідка, що зараз необхідна, про виконання відповідної освітньо-наукової програми, висновок наукового керівника, кандидата фізико-спортивних наук, доцента Захарченка Еліни Анатоліївни, висновок про наукову новизну, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів дисертацій. Сама дисертація в підшитому вигляді, а також в електронному варіанті, відбитки копій наукових публікацій, зарахованих за темою дисертації, засвідчені в встановленому порядку. Усі документи відповідають встановленим вимогам. Дисертація до захисту подається вперше. Хто за те, що запропонований порядок денний підтримати, прошу голосувати. Хто за? За порядок денний. Так, дякую. Всі за. Хто утримався? Проти? Немає. Тобто пропозиція приймається щодо розпочатку роботи спеціалізованої вченої ради. Дозвольте зачитати біографічні дані аспіранта. Чжан Сіхуан, 1979 року народження, громадянинка України, освіта вища. У 2006 році отримала ступінь магістра екології, кваліфікація технологія перевірки та контролю забруднення води, ґрунту тощо. Педагогічний університет Гуйчжоу, Китай. Аспірантуру закінчила у 2023 році в Сумському національному аграрному університеті Міністерства освіти і науки, місто Суми. Дисертацію виконано в Сумському національному університеті, МОН України та Хенанському інституті науки і технології. Вибір теми дипломної роботи, дисертаційної роботи, дякую, вплив дигестату на продуктивність озимої пшениці, кукурудзи, так, кукурудзи і фізико-хімічні властивості ґрунту. Тут щось тема у нас, мабуть, коригувалася, так? А, все, зрозуміло, я дивлюся, тема, тут просто тема підкоригувалася. Так, була затверджена протоколом номер 5 засідання вченої ради Сумського національного аграрного університету від 25 листопада 2019 року. Та відкоригована в наступній редакції вплив довготривалого застосування дігестату на властивості ґрунту та врожайність сільськогосподарських культур в умовах північно-китайської рівнини. Була підкоригована на засіданні вченої ради протокол номер 19 від 28 червня 2023 року. Тепер все стало зрозуміло. Була тема одна, стала інша, і яка є в дисертаційній роботі. Чжан Сіхуан завершила виконання освітньої наукової програми у 2023 році, 21 листопада цього ж року відбулася публічна презентація дисертаційного дослідження на кафедрі агротехнологій та ґрунтознавства за спеціальністю 201, де дисертацію було рекомендовано до розгляду на разовій спеціалізованій вченій раді. Отже, таким чином, Чжан Сіхуан was born in 1979 is a citizen of People Republic of China. The higher education graduated from Guangzhou National Normal University, master degree in environmental science, quality inspection and pollution on control technologies of water, soil, and other. The dissertation was completed at the Sumy National Agrarian University of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine and Henan Institute of Science and Technology. The topic selection for this thesis, influence of biogas slurry of the productivity on the winter wheat, corn, and soil physiological chemistry. This was first topic. And other topic, we have the effect of long-term biogas slurry application on soil properties and crop yield in the North China plum. The number of protocol 19 of June 2022 years. Next. Chжан Сіхуан completed the education and scientific program in 2023. on the November 21, 2023, there was the public presentation on the dissertation research took place at the Department of Technology and Soil Science in specialty 201 agronomy, where the dissertation was recommended for consideration by the one-time Specialized Academic Council. Тобто це аналогічна інформація про біографію та затвердження теми на англійській мові, спеціально для китайських колег. Далі, основні результати досліджень опубліковано в 11 наукових працях, зокрема, 2 статті в фахових виданнях України, 1 стаття в виданнях, що входять до міжнародних науково-метричних баз цитування, Scopus та Web of Science, перший квартал, це дуже круто. 1 стаття в міжнародному періодичному виданні, 3 статті в фахових журналах КНР з анотаціями англійською, 4 тези доповідь міжнародних науково-практичних конференціях. Наукові публікації відповідають пунктам 8-9 порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішення спеціалізованої ради наукової установи про присудження постанови Кабінету міністрів від 12 січня 2022 року номер 44. Дисертація відповідає вимогам наказу МОН України номер 40 від 12.01 про затвердження вимог до оформлення дисертацій та порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішення разу спеціалізованої вченої ради наукової установи, постанова номер 44 від 12 січня 2022 року. Отже, чи є у членів спеціалізованої вченої ради запитання до тієї інформації, яку я навів перед цим щодо даних про здобувачку? Немає. Так. І здобувачем було погоджено, що захист дисертації буде проводитися англійською мовою. Отже, для викладу основних результатів дослідження слово надається аспірантці Чжан Сіхуан. So, Чжан Сіхуан, please present the main results of your investigation. And you know how many time you need? 15 minutes? Yes, 20-15 minutes. Okay. You can start. Please switch on your microphone and start make presentation.
Okay. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, distinguished experts and professors. Thank you for attending the oral defense. My name is Sіхуан ЧЖАН. My supervisor is Professor Alina Zakchenko. The title of my dissertation is Effect of Long-Term Biogas Slurry Application on Soil Properties and Crop Yield in the North China Plain. I will present from the following the 9 aspects. First of all, I talk about actuality of theme. Wheat, known as world grain, is important. The national economy and the people's livelihood. Fertilizer has the greatest effect on wheat yield among many cultivation factors. In crop cultivation, the utilization rate of chemical fertilizer is low, the production cost is high, and the soil quality is easy to decline. Biogas slurry is regarded as a good fertilizer in agriculture production. However, the unreasonable application will have a negative impact on the growth of crops. Proper application of biogas slurry is particularly important for ensuring the crop yield and protecting the soil and groundwater environment. Part 2. Location. The research site is located in Zhoukou City, Henan Province in China. He is the core area of green production. Lamb concretion black soil is one of the main medium and low yield soil types in the North China Plain, which has the characteristics of heavy clay, compact soil layer, poor aeration, and low organic matter content. So it is urgent to carry out the task of improving the soil fertility. Part 3. Experimental design. In this study, a series of treatments were set up, including for biogas slurry concentrations, one field chemical fertilizer, and one unnamed control. Soils were collected from 3 soil layers. Soil physical properties included bulk density and soil aggregates. Soil chemical properties indexes, such as total nitrogen, available phosphorus, available potassium, organic matter, and pH were determined. Enzyme activities were measured for sucrase, urease, acid phosphatase, and catalase. Winter wheat growth and development indicators were measured for yield and 1,000 green wheat, year number, green number per year, biomass, and plant height. On the next slide, you should see the detailed experimental scheme. So CK is control variant, CF is variant only with chemical fertilizers. Then different proportions were between biogas slurry and chemical fertilizers. Part 4. Purpose and significance. The purpose of the research is to determine the effect and the best amount of biogas slurry to improve the yield of winter wheat. Object of study is nutritional value of biogas slurry and increasing yield of winter wheat. Subject of study is the effects of biogas slurry on improving the yield and efficiency of winter wheat, were analyzed from the changes of soil physical and chemical properties, enzyme activities, strong and green of winter wheat. Part 5. The scientific novelty. The practicability of the topic. This research topic closely follows the urgent problems in the current agriculture development, using the combination of agriculture and animal husbandry as the research entry point. The returning of biogas slurry to the field not only solves the digestion and effective utilization of biogas slurry, but also increases the green yield, which can be said to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and in line with the concept of suitable development. For the first time, the effect of application of biogas slurry on soil and winter wheat in lime concretion black soil in Zhoukou were studied and evaluated comprehensively. The difference of biogas slurry with concentrations were determined, and the best biogas slurry application concentration, BS50, was determined. It was improved the application amount of biogas slurry in the combination of agriculture and animal husbandry, increasing increased the yield of wheat and provided a basis for the scientific application of biogas slurry. Part 6. Results. 1. Soil physical properties. This figure shows the effects of different concentrations of biogas slurry on soil bulk density in different soil layers. As can be seen from it, the bulk density of BS50 was the smallest in 0 to 40 centimeter. The bulk density increased with the increase of soil layer. This is the distributions of mechanical stable aggregates in different soil layers. It shows that mechanical stable aggregates were dominated by macro-aggregate particles. BS50 had the highest proportion. Compared with chemical stable aggregates, the proportion of macro-aggregate particles decreased in water-stable aggregates. Combined application of biogas slurry and chemical fertilizer, the proportion of aggregate particles increased, especially BS50. The proportion of macro-aggregate particles decreased with the increase of soil layer. This is the mean weight diameter of soil aggregates in different soil layers for both chemical stable soil aggregates and water stable soil aggregates. The combined application of chemical fertilizer and biogas slurry made the mean weight diameter significantly higher than those of CK and CF. The value of BS50 was the largest in the 0 to 40 centimeter. The mean weight diameter decreased with the increase of soil layer. This figure shows the effects of different concentrations of biogas slurry on soil bulk density in different soil layers. As can be seen from it, combined application of biogas slurry and chemical fertilizer decreased the percentage of aggregate destruction. The value with BS50 was the smallest, which was significantly different from others. 2. Soil chemical properties. This is soil pH with different proportion of biogas slurry in different soil layers. Continued application of chemical fertilizer alone significantly increased significantly acidity relative to CK. All biogas slurry treatments significantly increased the pH in comparison to the CK and CF. The highest pH was recorded in BS50. In the 0 to 40 centimeter, the pH increased with the increase of soil layer. Biogas slurry itself is alkaline and contain high cation content. The increase of base air can effectively inhibit the soil acidification trend caused by long-term application of chemical fertilizer to a certain extent, and the acid-base environment of soil solution can be improved. This figure shows content of soil nutrient with different proportion of biogas slurry in different soil layers, as is shown in the figure. The contents of total nitrogen, available phosphorus, and available potassium all showed similar traits, and the value of BS50 was the largest. In the 0 to 40 centimeter, the contents of total nitrogen, available phosphorus, and available potassium all decreased with the increase of soil layer. An appropriate amount of biogas slurry could catalyze the conversion of soil phosphorus into phosphorus easily absorbed by organisms and improve its utilization rate. The application of biogas slurry could improve the supply level of soil available phosphorus, but more is not always better. This figure depicts something that the soil organic matter content increased with the increase of biogas slurry concentration. BS100 treat had the highest organic matter content. In the 0 to 40 centimeter, soil organic matter content decreased with the increase of soil layer. This is the soil enzyme activity with different fertilization in different soil layers. Compared with CK, both fertilizer and biogas slurry increased enzyme activity, but the changes were different. The activity of sucrase of BS75 was the highest. Soil urease and acid phosphatase activities of BS50 were the highest. The soil catalyst activity of BS100 is the largest. Biogas slurry application can significantly increase soil catalyst activity and accelerated the decomposition of toxic substances in soil. With the increase of soil layer, the enzyme activity increased, so the enzyme activity was highest in 20 to 40 centimeter, except for acid phosphatase. 3. The growth and development of winter wheat. The figure shows the yield of winter wheat with different fertilizers. Both biogas slurry and chemical fertilizer application increased the yield of winter wheat. The yield of winter wheat with BS50 was the highest. This table shows the correlation between yield and yield components. Yield was significantly correlated with the effective number of year, grain number per year, and 1,000 grain weight, and the correlation coefficients were all greater than 0.8. This is the plant height of winter wheat with different fertilizers. The plant height of BS treatment was higher than that of chemical fertilizer. The plant height of BS50 was the highest, which was significantly different from that of other treatments. This table shows the harvest index of different fertilization treatments. Both chemical fertilizer and combined biogas slurry increased the harvest index of winter wheat. The harvest index of biogas 50 was the highest. Increasing biogas slurry within a certain rate could improve both economic yield, and harvest index. Part 7. Conclusions. Since the main conclusions has been drawn during the presentation, let me go straight to the proposal. Part 8. Proposal. Applying biogas slurry instead of chemical fertilizer on lime concretion black soil in North China Plain is a promising method to improve soil characteristics and increase winter wheat yield. In the region, crop production can be combined with intensive animal husbandry according to the suitable of local city and environmental production. BS50 of biogas slurry and chemical fertilizer is recommended, which is conducive to producing soil fertility and increasing winter wheat yield in lime concretion black soil. This is the list of published work on the topic of the dissertation. The presentation is over. Thanks for your attention.
Exactly in time, 19 minutes, it's okay. Okay, now we can ask some questions. Тобто переходимо до дискусії, доповідь завершена, задаємо запитання. Okay, I have some questions. One of them, what is the other function of biogas slurry in agriculture?
Thank you for your question. Biogas slurry is a high-quality organic fertilizer rich in nutrients and bioactive substances, in addition to improving soil fertility as a fertilizer, reducing the amount of chemical fertilizer applied, promoting the growth of environmental of crops, and increasing production. It can also be used in the following aspects. Soaking seeds with biogas slurry can improve seed germination rate, enhance seed resistance, and reduce cost. Biogas slurry as livestock feed can effectively supplement trace elements, improve animal disease resistance, promote the growth and development. As a pesticide, biogas slurry can prevent and control disease and pests, reduce the use of pesticides, reduce the cost of agricultural production, and protect the environment. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, it's really long answer. Okay, I have one more questions. What's the value of the research, of your research? Can you tell about main value? Can you hear me?
Okay. The application of biogas slurry in local lime concretion black soil for the first time conducted a comprehensive study and evaluation on the physical and chemical properties of soil and the growth of and development of winter wheat, determined the difference of different concentrations of biogas slurry, clarified the relationship between soil and winter wheat indexes, determined the optimal biogas slurry concentration of local lime concretion black soil, and provide soil fertility, promoting the growth and development of winter wheat, increasing the yield of winter wheat, while reduce the use of chemical fertilizers, reducing the cost of agricultural production, reducing environmental pollution, and close combining agriculture and animal husbandry is conducive to the sustainable development of agriculture. The study have been recognized by the Department of Education and Science and Technology of Henan Province. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Colleague? Victor Ivanovich Nicki, you have questions?
Thank you. The first question, who is the lime concretion black soil used as the research object in your study to discuss the impact of biogas slurry return to field on soil with ecosystem? Second,
No, it's okay. One
question,
yes,
please.
easy for first one. Yeah,
Okay.
the soil rich ecosystem.
Thank you for your question. Zhoukou City is located in the southeast of Henan Province. It is the core area of grain production. Lime concretion black soil is one of the medium and low yield types in this area. It has the characteristics of heavy soil viscosity, competing soil layer, poor vegetation, and low organic matter content. It is urgent to carry out the task of improving the soil fertility and increasing crop yield. As scientific and technological personnel, we should use the knowledge and we have learned to solve the urgent problems in agriculture. So we take lime concretion black soil as a research object to study the impact of biogas slurry returning to the field on soil wheat ecosystem. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. One more question? Yes, you're welcome, Victor Ivanovich.
Second expression, is the agricultural and animal husbandry combined ecological cycle model of biogas slurry return suitable for Ukraine? Please.
Thank you for your question. Northeast China and Ukraine have a lot in common. Geographically, the latitudes are same. Both are cold in winter and hot in summer. Both have some of the most fertile blackland in the world, perfect for growing food and other crops. In Northeast China, the winter is long and cold, which is not conducive to production of biogas. The biogas digester is located directly below the pig pen, which not only facilitates the entry and exit of materials, but also provides suitable conditions for the biogas digester to produce gas in winter. The biogas can be used for cooking and lighting, heating the pig house, and using the biogas slurry as fertilizer, forming an ecological circular agriculture model, combining agriculture and animal husbandry. Therefore, the technical model of biogas slurry returning to the field is suitable for Ukraine. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Very big answer for this question.
May I?
Yes, Helena Alexeyevna Zhatova.
Okay. dear Szechuan, I have two questions. My first question is, what are advantages of biogas slurry? Advantages of biogas slurry.
Thank you. Biogas slurry has many advantages, mainly in the following aspects: improve soil fertility, improve crop quality and yield, reduce pollution emissions and protect the environment, reduce costs and increase in revenue. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And the second question is, China is a very vast territory, very vast area. How did you determine the study site?
Thank you for your question. This study is related to agriculture, so we choose Henan province, a major agricultural province in China, Zhoukou City, as an important wheat production base in Henan province. There is a saying in China, China's wheat in Henan province, Henan wheat in Zhoukou City. We take Zhoukou City as the study site, and the results are of greater significance for improving crop yield and ensuring national food security. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for your so profound answer. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Chatova. Okay, other colleagues, do you have questions? Mikola Nikolaevich Maryanich, Professor Maryanich, you are welcome.
Дякую, Андрій Васильовичу. Jen, thank you for your report. I have two small questions. The first, there are many sources of biogas slurry, including pigs, cattle, etc. Why did the biogas slurry in your study come from pigs? And the second question, what treatment has been done before applying biogas slurry to farmland?
Thank you for your question. The answer to the first question is that the biogas slurry comes from Shangshui Muyuan Agriculture and Animal Husbandry Co. Limited in Zhoukou City, which is mainly engaged in pig breeding and is a national key leading enterprise in agriculture industrialization. It has realized the automatic pig breeding. Biogas slurry from pigs can save costs and turn waste into treasure. The answer to the second question is that pig manure, urine, and part of the piggery washing water were collected and processed at a temperature of 30 to 40 degrees C with a retention time of 7 to 10 days in a biogas slurry engineering fermentation cycle. Aeronomic fermentation digester was separated by solid, liquid, filter separated. The biogas slurry was transferred to a storage pond covered with black high polyester material for secondary fermentation for at least 6 months before farmland application. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay. Alexander Humenik, do you have questions? Please switch on your microphone. Мікрофон включіть.
Мене чути?
А зараз так.
Okay. Yes, I have two questions.
You're welcome.
Dear John Szechuan, your work is very interesting. That's why I questions too. The first questions is, how did you collect soil sample during the example? Please answer.
Thank you for your question. after wheat harvest at the end of May or the beginning of June from 2020 to 2022. 3 countries were randomly selected in each treatment area according to the S-shaped sampling method, and soil samples at the upper and lower levels of 0 to 10 to 20 and 20 to 40 centimeter were respectively taken from soil drill. The soil bulk density was determined by a rain knife to collect the original soil samples of the corresponding soil layer. At the same time, parallel samples were randomly taken from pairs treated without biogas slurry and similar terrain. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, okay, I'm very glad. And the second question, what measures did you take to reduce experimental errors in your study? Please.
Okay, thank you for your question. Reducing the error is an important problem that we should pay attention to. I did it from the following aspects. Before embarking on any task, make an adequate planning and preparation to reducing errors. 2. Establish standard operating procedures and measure multiple times. 3. Keep records and updating them in real time to better understand the progress of work at each stage and reduce the occurrence of errors. 4. Seek help from experts to fill in the gaps in those problems and reduce errors. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Alexander,
Yes, yes.
Monik, do you?
It's very beautiful. I am very glad. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
okay, thanks. Okay. Do you have more questions, colleagues?
No, no.
No more? Окей. Якщо далі немає запитань, згідно процедури, дозвольте мені ознайомити всіх присутніх з висновком про наукову новизну, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів дисертації. So, let me introduce you the present of the conclusion about scientific knowledge, theoretical and practical significance of the results of the thesis. Висновок про наукову новизну, теоретично-практичне значення результатів дисертації ЧЖАН Сіхуан за спеціальністю 201 агрономія. Згідно самого статиположення має бути затверджено проректором з наукової роботи, що тут і є, професором Даньком Юрієм Івановичем, де зазначено актуальність теми, виражається в національній стратегії Китаю зберігання зерна в землях, де воно було вирощено, та технології вирощування зерна, що є не лише національним, а й глобальним заходом для гарантованого світової продовольчої безпеки. Тобто це є актуальність така загальна світова, ну і для України теж. Зв'язок з науковою тематикою. Експериментальне теоретичне дослідження за темою дисертації є складовою частиною тематичної програми науково-дослідної роботи кафедри агротехнології та ґрунтознавства, біологізація систем землеробства шляхом раціонального поєднання способів основного обробітку ґрунту і сидератів в умовах північно-східного степу України. Номер державної реєстрації і дисертантка є співвиконавцем. Ця робота також була підтримана національно-технічним проєктом провінції Хенань, зазначена нумерація, і ключовим науково-дослідним проєктом університету провінції Хенань, теж зазначені номера реєстрації. Наведена новизна наукових досліджень полягає в визначенні оптимальної концентрації біогазового розчину для використання в чорноземі з лаймовими конкреціями в місті Джуанкоу та підтвердженні впливу біогазового розчину на сільськогосподарське виробництво. Перше вивчено та комплексно оцінено ефект застосування біогазового розчину на ґрунт та озимину в лаймових конкретних чорноземах в місті Жоукоу. Визначено відмінність біогазового розчину за концентрацією та встановлено оптимальну концентрацію застосування BS-50. Так, щодо практичного значення, полягає в тому, що вона сприяє оптимізації використання біогазового розчину в сільському господарстві, що в свою чергу призводить до підвищення врожайності та якості озимини, мається на увазі пшениці озимої. Так. Наступне. Головні результати. Здобувачкою було проведено аналіз та систематизовано наукові роботи як світового, так і національного рівня. Виконано всю експериментальну складову дослідження, здійснено польові та лабораторні дослідження, наведено математично-статистичний аналіз отриманих даних, сформульовано висновки та рекомендації щодо виробництва. Був проведений аналіз роботи на плагіат та наявність технічних запозичень програмою Унічек. І зрозуміло, що все в межах, бо її не допустили до наступної прилюдного захисту. Так. Кількість публікацій 11, я вже про них сьогодні зазначав, це є публікації з Scopus з досить високим індексом цитування, кварталом. Так. Називаються тут публікації, але вони вже були озвучені дисертанткою і презентовані. І як висновок, дисертація ЧЖАН Сіхуан «Вплив довготривалого застосування дігестату на властивості ґрунту та врожайність сільськогосподарських культур в умовах північно-китайської рівнини», яка подана в спеціалізовану раду на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії в галузі знань 20 аграрної науки, спеціалізація агрономія, є актуальною за науковим теоретичним рівнем, основними результатами обґрунтованості, основними положеннями, результатами, опублікованими в фахових виданнях згідно наказу МОН номер 40 від 12 січня 2017 року, а також номер 44 про затвердження порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішень спеціалізованої вченої ради зі змінами згідно постанови КМ Кабінету міністрів номер 341 від 21.02.22 року. Зміст дисертації відповідає паспорт спеціальності. Головуючий на засіданні доктор сільськогосподарських наук, професор кафедри ґрунтознавства Володимир Троценко. Як я вже казав, є печатка, все завірено, тобто висновок є дійсним. Далі розпочинаємо обговорення дисертаційної роботи ЧЖАН Сіхуан. Так як відгуки рецензентів і опонентів представлені взагал на веб-сайті аспірантури Сумського національного аграрного університету, тому згідно сучасних реалій, всі ми розуміємо, в який ми час живемо, які загрози щодо обстрілів і вимкнення електроенергії, тому хотів би, щоб колеги були лаконічними і ознайомили з основними важливими зауваженнями щодо даної дисертації. So, dear colleagues, we began the discussion of dissertation work by ЧЖАН Сіхуан. Запрошую виступи рецензента Оничко Віктора Івановича. Віктор Іванович, please, you can start.
Thank you. Review of the official reviewer Victor Onichko, candidate of agricultural science, associate professor. PhD thesis, Сіхуан ЧЖАН, effects of long-term biogas slurry, application on soil properties and crop yield in the North China Plain. Submitted for a scientific degree of a Doctor of Philosophy, field of study 20 agricultural science and food, specialty 201 agronomy. Allow me not to read the text of the review and go straight to the comments and wishes. There are a few points worth discussion regarding the content of the dissertation. One, the dissertation contains expressions such as digestat and biogas suspension or slurry. What is the difference between these terms? Two, when is winter wheat usually sown in your region? What is the growing season in days of your wheat variety? Three, the dissertation presents the temperature and precipitation in the research years 2020-2022, but yield data are given on average for 3 years. In would be interesting to determine the influence of the year factor, then studying the effectiveness of biogas slurry and mineral fertilizers in the cultivation of winter wheat. 4. What will be further research on the return of biogas slurry to the field in the future? The comment and suggestion expressed are not of fundamental importance. Some have a debatable nature, do not affect the value of the dissertation, which solves is an important scientific and practical problem, and will contribute the positive effect of biogas slurry application on the field. General conclusion. The dissertation work of Sіхуан ЧЖАН entitled Effects of Long-Term Biogas Slurry Application on Soil Properties and Crop Yield in the North China Plain, which was submitted for defense to the Specialized Academic Council for obtaining the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or in the field of Knowledge 20 Agricultural Science of Food in the special 201 Agronomy in terms of its relevance, scientific and theoretical level, main results of validity, main provisions and results published in professional publications, and novelty of the setting and practical significance meets the requirements of the order of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine. The Сіхуан ЧЖАН deserved to be awarded the scientific degree of Doctor of Philosophy in specialty 201 Agronomy. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor Ivanovich. Okay, dear John Сіхуан, can you give some answer for these questions?
Okay.
But please,
I'd
short,
like to-
not long. I'm sorry. Please make short answer. Okay. Okay. You can start.
Okay. I'd like to thank you for your taking time out of your busy schedule to review my dissertation and provide me with valuable comments and suggestions. As to the expression of the terms in the dissertation, comment 1. Thank you very much. This is my negligence. These terms should express the same meaning. I should check more carefully after the defense is finished. I will check the over format and text content of the dissertation again, and I will pay attention to such problems in my future work. For comments 2, my answer is as follows. In Zhoukou region, the sowing time of winter wheat is in the middle of October, which is roughly from October 12 to 22, according to the climatic conditions of the year. The winter variety I studied belongs to the semi-winter variety. The whole growth period is about 230 days. For the comment 3, thank you. This is a very good suggestion. I did not consider it comprehensively, and the analysis of this aspect is lacking, which make me have a new direction in the future. I will continue to study the influence of temperature and precipitation on winter wheat. As for the comment about the future of research, the agriculture production process is long and complex, and there are many uncontrollable factors. Your suggestions and opinions provide direction and motivation for my future research. In the future, I will conduct thematic research on the impact of biogas slurry returning to the field on crops. Study the impact of biogas slurry returning to field on the whole growth period of winter wheat, so as to provide a more comprehensive basis for accurate measurement of winter wheat and scientific fertilization. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You satisfied?
Да.
Okay, yes. Okay, Halina Alexeyevna, you next, please.
Thank you. Dear Chairman, don't you mind if my review will be more expanded than my colleagues? More expanded. Don't you mind?
Not too much.
Okay. So I'll start with some position from my review. So from the beginning, review of the official review for PhD thesis of Sіхуан ЧЖАН, effects of long-term biogas slurry application of soil properties and crop yield in North China Plain, submitted for a doctor philosophy degree. I'd like to stop on scientific novelty of the obtained result. In some position, the aim of it is to find out possibilities of biogas slurry in enhancing winter wheat yield and quality, as well as determine its optimal capability. The improvements of the physical and chemical features of the soil, the activities of enzymes, the winter wheat grain and straw, and the overall quality and efficiency of winter wheat were examined in relation to the effects of biogas slurry. The benefit of research result, it was confirmed the positive effects of biogas slurry on agricultural production, such as increasing fertility, stress resistance, and crop production. The research result also determined the optimal concentration of biogas slurry used in Zhoukou, lime, concrete, and black soil. It will assist in reduction of environmental pollution caused by large-scale aquaculture waste. For the first time, the effects of application of biogas slurry on winter wheat growing on lime, concrete, and black soil, as well as soil quality in the region, were studied and evaluated comprehensively. It was found out the best application amount of biogas slurry for increasing the yield and quality of wheat, and provided a basis for the scientific application of biogas slurry. The practical significance of obtaining result. The obtained result will contribute to the bioenergy development in China and Ukraine, ecological stabilization of the environment, and solving the problems of soil degradation. The practical significance will lie in the implementation of the obtained research result in agriculture, and more specifically in the use of wheat in crop rotation with winter wheat, which occupy significant areas in both countries. The result of research can be implemented at enterprises that have the biogas plants and operate on waste from the livestock industry. Based on the research of Sіхуан ЧЖАН, the effect of biogas slurry application was obtained. The relationship between soil and winter wheat measurement indexes was clarified. The soil fertility was improved. The growth and development of winter wheat was promoted. The yield and quality of winter wheat was increased. At the same time, the use of chemical fertilizer, the cost of agriculture production and environmental pollution were reduced, and agriculture and animal husbandry were closely combined. It is beneficial to the sustainable development of agriculture. The research results have been approved by the Department of Education and the Department of Science and Technology of Henan Province. An analysis of the plagiarism check report for the presence of textual borrowing strike plagiarism program was carried out, which proved that dissertation work of Sіхуан entitled Effects of Long-Term Biogas Slurry Application on Soil Properties and Chromium in the North China Plain is a result of independent research of the applicant and doesn't contain elements of plagiarism and borrowings in accordance with the resolution of Cabinet of Ministry of Ukraine dated 12 of January 2022, number 44, paragraph 19. The used ideas, result, and texts of other courses have a link to the corresponding resource. Discussion closes comments and wishes regarding the content. Positively evaluated dissertation work, its important scientific, theoretical, and practical significance, novelty, and relevance of research, it is appropriate to make the following comments and wishes. The first, in the work, the technology of winter wheat growing wasn't presented in detail, namely the sowing rate, terms of sowing and harvesting, using of pesticides. The second, the determination of enzymatic activity of soil was represented in the dissertation, but it would be expedient to determine the dynamics of species number of microorganisms in the arable and subsoil layers. The third, it is desirable to clarify what is the amount of waste produced by the biogas plant annually and how many hectares can be fertilized with biogas slurry from one station from which you take waste. The fourth, it would be expedient to determine the ratio of carbon to nitrogen, soil respiration, because it is important in the context of global warming and anthropogenic stress on the soil environment. The fifth, the explanation of the determination of the height index of wind plants is not quite well laid out. It would be appropriate to present a more detailed explanation in the form of figure and formula. These remarks doesn't diminish the scientific value of dissertation, and some of them only reflect the reviewer's scientific position, which can also serve a reason for discussion. Correspondence of the dissertation to the specialty and the profile of the specialized academic council. The dissertation work of Sіхуан entitled Effects of Long-Term Biogas Slurry Application on Soil Properties and Crop Yield in the North China Plain, which was submitted for defense to the Specialized Academic Council for obtaining the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field of Knowledge 20, Agricultural Sciences and Food in the specialty 201 Agronomy, in terms of its relevance, scientific and theoretical level, main results of validity, main provisions and results published in professional publications, and novelty of the setting and practical significance, meets the requirements of the order of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, number 40, dated January 12, 2017, on approval of requirements for registration dissertation, and the degree of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine, dated January 12, 2022, number 44, on approval of the procedure for awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and cancellation of the decision of the one-time Specialized Academic Council of the Higher Education Institution, Scientific Institution of awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with amendments made according to the resolution of the Cabinet of Ministry number 341 dated 21st of March 2022. The content of the dissertation corresponds to the passport of the specialty. Сіхуан ЧЖАН deserves to be awarded the scientific degree of Doctor of Philosophy in specialty of 201 Agronomy. Official reviewer, PhD, Agricultural Sciences, Professor, Sumy National Agricultural University, Галина Жакова. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Галина Олексіївна. Okay. John Сіхуан, please give some answer for these questions. Just main point.
Okay, thank you very much for your valuable questions and opinions, which have given me more thinking about the research content. I will revise the content based on your comments and improve them in future research. For comments 1, my answer is as follows. Winter wheat seed sowing rate was 225 kilograms per hectare. Winter wheat was sown in the middle of October and harvested in the early June of the following year. According to the conventional management of winter wheat, pesticides were applied in the greening jolting stage, budding heading stage, flowering feeding stage, and the dosage of each spray was determined according to the types of pest control. Thank you very much for your suggestion in the second comment, and I will pay attention to this part in future study. For comment 3, my answer is as follows. Waste produced by the biogas plant annually is 8.8 times 7th power of 10 liters. So 666.7 hectares can be fertilized with biogas slurry from one station. About comment 4, this is a good suggestion. The carbon to nitrogen ratio is a quick way to evaluate the balance between two elements present in the soil that are both emotional for crop growth and microbial health. The carbon to nitrogen ratio in the organic matter of agricultural soils indeed average about 10 to 1. This is considered as an indication of a dynamic equilibrium condition that can and should be maintained. When organic material is added to the soil in root residue, manure, corn stalks, in our case, biogas slurry, and so on, the increased carbon triggers microbial growth. Low nitrogen, high carbon residue, such as wheat straw, have low nutrient quality for macro roots and taking longer to decompose. Carbon to nitrogen ratio also provide clues about the microbial pollution present, as higher ratios tend to support more fungi present in the soil than bacteria. Our research team is working on it, and I will participate in it in the future. About comment 5, thank you. I will revise this part. Wheat plant head composition index refers to a certain proportion between the lengths of upper and lower internode of the stalk, and its value is the ratio of the length of any internode and the sum of the lengths of the internode plus the next internode, or the ratio of the sum of the lengths of the subspec internode and the top second stem to the plant head. The ratio determines the planting position and configuration of the leaves on the stem, and is therefore closely related to yield traits. We used a specific formula. Mean part is shown in chapter 2. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, are you satisfied?
Yes, of course. Very, very deep answers.
Okay, thanks a lot. Now we can start discussion, or I invite the official opponent to speak. Mikola Nikolaevich, are you ready? But please remember,
Yes, I am ready.
okay, please remember about my small speech, not 10 minutes, not 20 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
dear colleagues, review by the dissertation effect of long-term biogas slurry application on soil properties and crop yield in the North China Plain. Relevance of the dissertation topic. Processing solid organic waste ought to be an important aspect on environmental management everywhere, but especially in China, a nation with a large population. Environmental pollution and energy scarcity are two major issues that today's civilization is dealing with. Anaerobic digestion is regarded as a crucial method for the treatment and usage of organic solid waste, since inefficiency lowers and renders organic solid waste harmless, while recovering key energy sources like methane and hydrogen. Currently, the main methods of biogas slurry disposal after digestion of organic matter include incineration, composting, and landfill. However, these methods still leave a significant amount of organic matter, nitrogen, phosphorus, and other nutrients unused in the biogas slurry. So far, there have been relatively few literature reviews on resource use and sustainable digestate management. In this dissertation work, the results of the use of digestate of the form of a suspension as a fertilizer as one of the methods of disposal of waste from biogas plants and presented. Connection of work with scientific programs, topics, and plans. The dissertation research was conducted within the framework of project of Henan Province and by the key scientific research project and Henan Provincial University, China. The research also was carried out in accordance with the thematic plans of research works of the Department of Technologies and Soil Science of the Sumy National Agrarian University, and within the framework of the topic biologization of the farming systems through rational combination of methods of soil cultivation and sediation. Scientific novelty and theoretical significance of the thesis. The impact of applying biogas slurry to winter wheat on lime concretion black soil in Juku were thoroughly investigated and assessed for the first time. The optimal biogas slurry application concentration was found, along with the difference between the various concentrations of the biogas slurry. A thorough analysis and evaluation of the effect of applying biogas slurry to winter wheat is calcareous black soil in Juku was conducted. Scientific and practical significance. The research result determined the optimal concentration of biogas slurry used in Juku calcareous black soil and confined the effect of biogas slurry on agricultural production. In addition, the application of biogas suspension positively affects on soil fertility parameters, stress resistance and production, which can not only achieve the effect of increasing production and quality. In the future, biogas slurry will be increasingly used to promote the organic combination of agricultural and animal husbandry to achieve low carbon and efficient agriculture. Completeness of presentation of dissertation, it's not main things. The degree of validity and reliability of scientific statements, conclusion and recommendation. The scientific propositions, conclusion and recommendation presented in the dissertation work are sufficiently substantiated, have a deep scientific meaning, and are important for the development of agricultural and ecological science. The purpose of the dissertation corresponds to the research topic, object, and subject scientific and methodological requirements. The methodology of the dissertation work is based on the standard methodic. The content of the dissertation corresponds to its essence. Conclusions to the chapters of the dissertation and general conclusions are logical and confirmed by the results of testing and international and Ukrainian scientific and practical conference. Publication in scientific specialized publications. The structures and content of the dissertation. The text of the dissertation is written in English logically and consistently. The structure of the dissertation language and presentation style meet the requirements set for PhD thesis. The scientific terminology used in the work is generally recognized. The style of presenting the results of theoretical and practical research, new scientific provisions, conclusions, and proposals ensures accessibility of their perception and use. In general, the dissertation is a finished scientific work corresponding to the specialty agronomy. In the first chapter, with the goal of practical application and theoretical development and the experiments of international agricultural experience as a reference, this chapter analyzes results the expediency for using biogas slurry, explains that it is a type of fast-acting organic fertilizer. The second chapter, conditioned material, the schema of the experiment and the chemical composition of the biogas suspension, the peculiarities of the selection of soil and plant samples, the methods of determining the structural and aggregate composition of the soil, the physical and chemical parameters of the soil, and the yield index are described in detail. The third chapter of the dissertation presents the date for determining the bulk density of the soil, the distribution of particles of mechanically and water-stable soil aggregates, their diameter depending on the type of fertilizer and the percentage of biogas suspensions. Biogas suspensions reduce soil density, which is good for growing winter wheat. The introduction of biogas suspension increases the content of NPK and organic matter. The results of sugar, urease, phosphates, catalase, and their distribution in the soil profile were analyzed. Biogas slurry can improve the soil enzyme activity of winter wheat in 0 to 40 centimeter soil layer, especially in 2214 soil layer, which is conductive to the gain process of winter wheat root in the late growth period, promotion the transformation of soil nutrients, improving the ability of soil to supply fertilizer to winter wheat, and meeting the demand for nutrients during the growth and development of winter wheat, which is beneficial to the improvement of soil fertility and crop yields of winter wheat. The fifth chapter. It was proved that both biogas slurry and chemical fertilizer application increased the yield of winter wheat, and there was a significant difference compared with control. Biogas slurry, 58%, is the optimal combination of biogas slurry and chemical fertilizer. And analysis of the plagiarism check report for the presence of textile borrowings was carried out. The dissertation work of Chen is a result of independent research and doesn't contain elements of borrowing and plagiarism in accordance with the resolution. Use ideas, text, and result of other have a link to the corresponding source. Remarks and wishes for the content. Positively characterizing dissertation work, it's necessary to pay attention to separate discussion provisions of the dissertation submitted for review. First, the dissertation title mentions the long-term use of biogas suspension, but it is not specified in the chapter 2 from which year it was applied in this experimental area. The second, how does the application of biogas slurry affect other crops of the crop's rotation? There is no such information in the work, it's only about winter wheat. Soil density was determined after harvesting. Also, it would be appropriate to analyze it before sowing winter's wheat. The first would be interesting from a scientific point of view to analyze the content of nitrate and ammonium nitrogen in the soil of fertilized variants. But in the dissertation, we see the results only content of total nitrogen. Why such enzymes as urease, saccharase, acid phosphatase, and catalase were selected for analysis? And next, what is the economic benefit of applying the biogas suspension instead of applying mineral fertilizer? These remarks don't diminish the scientific value of the dissertation, and some of them only reflect the reviewer's scientific position, which can also serve as a reason for discussion. General conclusion. The dissertation work of Chen entitled Effects of Long-Term Biogas Slurry Application on Soil Properties and Crop Yield in the North China Plain, which was submitted for defense to the Specialized Academic Council for obtaining the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field agricultural science and food in the specialty agronomy in terms of its relevant scientific and theoretical level, main results of validity, main provision and result published in professional publications, and novelty of the setting and practical significance meets the requirements of the order of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine. Збився, даруйте. Скорочую.
Okay. So it was the last sentence. Yeah, it was the last, it was conclusion, okay.
Yeah. I think this dissertation is very, the dissertation corresponds to the passport of the specialty, and the PhD candidate deserves to be awarded the scientific degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Specialty Agronomy. Даруйте,
Okay,
колеги.
thank you very much.
Я й досі не управляю своїм голосом. Тому
Okay, thanks,
давай.
Professor Marenich. Okay. Dear John Sіхуан, can you give some comments for opponents?
I'm very grateful to you for your thorough analysis of my work and for your comments and suggestions. These are very good and interesting. I will supplement content and make improvements in future work according to your suggestions. My answer to the comment 1 and 2 are as follows. In the experimental area, biogas theory has been applied since 2050, but we started our research from 2019. Wheat maize rotation was implemented, and the biogas theory application was also beneficial to the increase of maize yield and the improvement of soil physical-chemical properties. But we decided to the results obtained in the winter wheat field more widely. About comment 3, thank you for your good advice. In this study, soil bulk density was measured to compare the effects of different fertilizations, which would be measured before sowing in future studies. My answer to comment 4 about nitrogen. This element in soil is one of the nutrients needed for crop growth. Therefore, in agricultural production, measuring the total nitrogen content of soil can evaluate the fertility of soil and provide a basis for scientific fertilization. In this study, the effect of different fertilization was compared by total nitrogen index, which is of greater significance for understanding soil quality, evaluating soil fertility, and guiding crop fertilization. On the basis of this study, in the future research, in order to totally understand the nitrogen supply of soil, the content of ammonia nitrogen and nitric nitrogen will be determined so as to assess the soil fertility more accurately. Thank you for your good advice. My answer to the comment 5 is that soil enzymes, which come from living organisms or residue of soil microorganisms, plants, and animals, play an important role in catalyzing biochemical reactions in soil, and their activity is an important index of soil biological activity and soil fertility. The activities of soil phosphates, ureas, sucrases are usually used to characterize the effective characteristics of phosphorus, nitrogen supply capacity, and organic matter accumulation in soil, where catalyst is used to characterize the overall biological activity and purification degree in soil. Therefore, the activity level of those four enzymes can reflect the strength of soil nutrient conversion and is of greater significance for evaluating soil fertility. My answer to comment 6 is as follows. Economic benefit is green income minus cost input, in which green income is green yield times market price. Cost input is seed plus fertilizer plus labor plus machinery. The specific economic benefits are shown in the table. Now, I share the table.
Okay. Are you satisfied, Professor Marenich?
Yes, Andrei Vasilievich, I am satisfied.
Okay, thank you very much. So, next official opponent, Alexander Gumenik, please read. Yes, tell you, review.
Okay, I am very small and quickly. Allow me to join to speech Professor Galina Zhatova and Mykola Marenich and express my comments and wishes for the dissertation work. The first, in the work, is it not entirely clear how nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium mineral fertilizant is applied? It is not special what type in nitrogen fertilizant was used. The second, how many liters of water various replacement per hectare for implement before sowing and for restricted irrigation? What specific equipment was used for this? In that period of wheat growing have 30% biogas slurry being applied. And second, what kind of soil tillage is carried out in crop rotation where a biogas slurry is applied? 4. It would be applied in investigation the effect of biogas suspension on soil parameters and grazing activity. Is it possible what materials will be available from the next crop? 5. The paper omits the description of soil in the experimental site. 6. What type of pH was determined? If it's not that application of biogas slurry can increase the pH of good for all crops in the crop rotation. If you are working on calcareous black soil, call the increase in alkalinity even higher. 7. It would of applicator in conducting correlation analysis between the parameters of soil fertilizer and yield of experiments plots. The about wishes of the dissertation work are not fundamental and do not reduce of various possible assessment of the work. Dissertation work graduate Sіхуан sublimated for obtains degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the special 201 agronomy according to the scientific novelty, theoretical and practical significance of the obtained result in full meets in the development of the producers of award to degree of Doctor of Philosophy and annulment of the decision of the one-time special academical consult in the instruction of higher education scientific institution and awards of degree of Doctor of Philosophy, approved the resolution of 44, the Cabinet Minister of Ukraine that January 20 and 22, and the regulations of the decisions of dissertation approved by order of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine 40 date 20 January 2017. The context of the dissertation corresponds to the passport of the specialist. Therefore, the dissertation can be recommended of consideration at a meeting of one-time special academic council and it is also John Sikuan for awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in specially 201 agronomy. Official document Alexander Gumenyuk. It's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's really very cool, very short and main point. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Can you give some comments for opponent Alexander Gumenyuk?
Okay.
Yes, welcome.
Okay, I sincerely thank you for your careful review of my work, of your valuable comments, of questions. I will supplement the content according to your comments and improve them in the future work. My answer to comment 1 is as follows. In the work, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium were applied in proportionally mixed manner. Nitrogen fertilizer was used from urine. My answer to comment 2 is as follows. In order to maintain consistent water supply from all the treatments, pumped groundwater supplied at the same time was adjusted to complete the volume of water in the biogas slurry. So the water supply of CKCF BS 75, BS 50, BS 75, and BS 100 was 132 solid, 353 liter per hectare, 132 solid, 353 liter per hectare, 99 solid, 265 liter per hectare, 66 solid, 176 liter per hectare, 33 solid and 88 liter per hectare, and 0 liter per hectare, respectively. A modified macro spray hose called small white dragon was applied to the biogas and water supply. 30% biogas slurry was applied in the waiting period, usually in December. My answer to the comment 3 is as follows. The tillage method was rural tillage before winter sowing. Biogas slurry was directly applied to the soil surface quantity using an electromagnetic flow meter. My answer to the comment 4 is as follows. I think it is possible that nutrients will be available for the next crop. So the application of biogas slurry needs to be studied for many years. About comment 5, description of soil on the experimental site. Thank you. This count should be described in the dissertation. I put in the dissertation nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium content and pH, organic matter, but soil profile description is absent. My answer to comment 6 is that soil pH was determined by water extraction. The ratio of soil to water was 1 to 2.5 for the soil acidic feed. By the long-term use of chemical fertilizers, the application of biogas slurry to improve the pH within a certain range is beneficial to crop growth, but the excessive application of biogas slurry may also bring certain problems, which is also the problem we should pay attention to. Biogas slurry is a high-quality organic fertilizer, which is rich in nutrients and bioactive substances. After application, the soil will be affected by many aspects, including physical, chemical, and microbial characteristics. Due to different soil types and nutrients, The application of biogas study will have different effects. Therefore, if applied in the soils of uncalcareous black soil, the change of soil pH is uncertain. It is necessary to be sure by experiment. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Олександр Володимирович, are you satisfied?
Yes, quite scientific and practical.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, dear colleagues, now we can start discussion. So you remember in discussion, everybody can take a part. Тобто, шановні колеги, зараз переходимо до дискусії. Кожен має виступити за своєю особистою думкою. Так, будь ласка, Олена Олексіївна.
Thank you very much. So, to my mind, the topic of research is relevant because it solves some very important problems, very important tasks. The first one is enriching the soil with nutrients, with necessary nutrients for plants of organic origin. The second position, improving of soil structure by using very specific substances, biogas slurry, and environment protection. So all these approaches, all these positions have been developed and tested in the technology of wheat growing. The research was carried out by applicants on high scientific level, and I think that I'm sure that dissertation meets all requirements, and the author of the dissertation deserves to be awarded the scientific degree, Doctor of Philosophy in specialty agronomy, and I will vote for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Олена Олексіївна. Віктор Іванович, якщо маєте що сказати, чи на українській, чи англійською, як вам краще?
Вважаю, що робота, яка була представлена сьогодні здобувачем Сіхуан ЧЖАН, відповідає всім вимогам, які надаються до даного виду роботи, наукової роботи, і вважаю, що Сіхуан ЧЖАН заслуговує присвоєння наукового ступеню доктор філософії. Дякую.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, Микола Маренич, do you have any comments? You can take part in our discussion.
Thanks, Andrei Vasilievich. I'm afraid to cough again. Dear colleagues, we currently conducting similar studies with peat and humic preparations. Therefore, the topic is quite interesting for me. The dissertation has scientific value and is of certain scientific interest. In particular, one of the largest organic factories is located in the Poltava region. The raw material for it is the remains of sugar production. Experimental studies have not been conducted, but feedback from farmers is very positive. Manure processing and further use of biogas production products has an important economic and environmental effect. Thus, the topic of the dissertation is very modern and relevant. The experiments were performed at a high methodological level. Interesting results were obtained that can be used for implementation or have a perspective for further research. And I really like the colors of the presentations, very eloquent, clear, and touching. Thank you, Jen.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Okay, Олександр Гуменник. Олександр
Так.
Володимирович, є коментарі у вас?
Так, безумовно, я в першу чергу хотів би звернутися до вас. Ви знаєте, кожен раз, коли опонуються роботи або рецензуються в Сумському національному аграрному університеті, вони надзвичайно важливі і дивують своєю новизною. І сьогоднішня робота, я приєднаюсь до слів рецензентів, і Віктора Івановича, і Галини Олексіївни, це надзвичайно важлива робота, яка сьогодні має своє поширення, має знайти своє поширення і в Китаї, і на Україні, тому що це не лише питання збереження родючості ґрунтів, це питання вирощування усіх сільськогосподарських культур, які стануть, скажімо так, продовольчою безпекою. І сьогодні наша дисертантка надзвичайно уміло представила свою роботу у рукописному варіанті і надзвичайно прекрасно її представила у презентаційному матеріалі. Тому, по-друге, я хотів би звернутися до самої дисертантки. Your work is very important, scientific, practical, and has a great future for growing all agriculture crops. Implement your humans across the planet. І я цілком і повністю буду голосувати за присвоєння доктора філософії Чжан Сіхуан спеціальності 201 агрономія. Дякую.
Окей, дякую, Олександр Володимирович. Я теж хотів сказати свою думку стосовно роботи. Дійсно, робота цікава, перспективна в зв'язку з загальною екологізацією світу щодо внесення органічних добрив, зменшення хімічного навантаження на ґрунт, відтворення родючості ґрунту і при цьому, відповідно, отримання максимальної врожайності. В даній роботі ці всі компоненти є. Ну, як кожна робота не може бути без коментарів, тому до коментарів там невеличкі щодо презентації. Ну, з тих графіків, звісно, можна дивитися, тільки, мабуть, в голові, бо тут мені ближче, а там далі, так, в тих багаточисельних гістограмах дуже важко знайти саме цікаве. Це перше. Ну і по роботі тут я проглянувши, є там деякі там помилки в оформленні щодо посилання на літературні джерела. Я думаю, Еліна Анатоліївна це все підкоригує, наскільки це може бути. Ну і потім в такому, сказати, вже варіанті, я вважаю, що робота заслуговує на присудження доктора філософії за спеціальністю 201 агрономія і буду голосувати за. So, if you can discuss with your supervisor, Elina Zakharchenko, and maybe make some, improve in your presentation, because it was small graph and some mistake in your thesis, and it's not biggest, but it's have a place. So I must be tell about this. So in future, your scientific activities, you can make more in high level, and I wish you good in your future scientific and pedagogical activities in China. Okay, thanks a lot for everybody. And if somebody won't tell more, you are welcome. If no, we can give the floor to Elina Zakharchenko, but please not tell too long time.
Добре, я українською, дуже швиденько. Хотіла би зауважити, що здобувачка Чжан Сіхуан наразі працює в Фінанському інституті науки і технологій, і вона вже працює з 2006 року. Так, вона курс читає біоремедіація. Це якраз дуже цікаво, це як майбутня наша колега, і взагалі Фінанський інститут пропонує їй роботу і далі, так, після особливо захисту, так, якщо буде все успішно, то, можливо, ми будемо працювати в цій сфері вивчення ґрунту, вивчення впливу і от бомбардування зараз, да, от, і пожеж, от ті важкі метали в ґрунтах, у них дуже багата така база експериментальна, і ми маємо такі потужні зв'язки зараз. Тому, в принципі, я хочу сказати, що Чжан Сіхуан, вона і приймала і участь і на тренінгах, які організовувалися міжнародних, так і пропонувала Сумський НАУ. Ми виграли також грант, вона подавала заявочку і отримала такий міні-грант від чеської сторони. за який потім ми купили сушильну шафу, тому це такий теж є позитивний момент
Супер.
в аспірантській роботі. І взагалом так, це така цікава робота. Мені, як агрохіміку ґрунтознавцю, це дуже так приємно, коли вивчаються всі фізичні показники, так, родючості, агрохімічні параметри і ферментативна активність. Так, от хотілося б мікробіологічна активність, але це ще було більше роботи, зрозуміло, так. Тому взагалі використання біогазу в Україні так актуально. Ми зв'язувалися з професором Господаренка Григорієм Миколаївичем. Він каже, що от дійсно статей мало. От Вінниця зараз працює там теж в цьому руслі, Дніпропетровський аграрний теж в тому руслі. Тому рухаємося вперед і опрацьовуємо нові джерела енергії, і потім це відходи використовуються як органічне добриво. І я прошу підтримати Чжан Сіхуан, членів спецради, щоб отримати майбутньому їй ступінь PhD доктора філософії. Дякую вам за увагу.
Okay, thank you very much, but not why in English. You supervisor, you tell more about activities, your PhD student. You know more than everybody here. You can speak more than everybody. Okay, let's go. Значить, шановні колеги, йдемо нормально по часу. Нами попередньо було розроблено проект рішення спеціалізованої вченої ради. Дозвольте з ним вас ознайомити. Спеціалізована вчена рада Шкільського національного аграрного університету, Міністерства освіти і науки міста Суми прийняла рішення по присудженню ступеня доктора філософії в галузі знань 20 аграрні науки та продовольства на підставі прилюдного захисту дисертації Чжан Сіхуан вплив довготривалого дігістату на властивості ґрунту та врожайність сільськогосподарських культур в умовах північно-китайської рівнини за спеціальністю 201 агрономія. Знову наводимо дані про те, що вона отримала вищу освіту, закінчила аспірантуру при нашому університеті, отримала довідку про її закінчення. Науковим керівником є Еліна Захарченка, дисертацію виконав в Сіхуанському національному аграрному університеті та Фінанському інституті науки і технологій. Здобувач має 11 наукових праць, фахових виданнях Scope Web of Science, 4 тези. Отже, переходимо безпосередньо до процедури відкритого голосування. Прошу членів спеціалізованої вченої ради проголосувати і озвучити рішення щодо присудження Чжан Сіхуан ступеня доктора філософії зі спеціальності 201 агрономія. Тобто кажемо голос і піднімаємо руку. Оничко Віктор Іванович.
За.
Добре. Жатова Галина Олексіївна.
За.
Дякуємо. Маринич Микола Миколайович.
За.
Фіксуємо. Дякую. Гуменник Олександр Володимирович.
За.
Дякуємо. І Мельник Андрій Васильович також за. Проти немає. 5 голосів усі за. Отже, на підставі результатів відкритого голосування вчена рада присуджує Чжан Сіхуан ступінь доктора філософії в галузі знань 20 аграрні науки та продовольства за спеціальністю 201 агрономія. Чи є зауваження щодо рішення спеціалізованої вченої ради? Немає, так? Так. Дозвольте привітати Чжан Сіхуан з успішним захистом дисертації. Слово надається аспіранту Чжан Сіхуан. So, let's me congratulate you with successful defense of her thesis. The follow I given to PhD student Chжан Сіхуан. So, if you have any comments or any information, you can tell. Please, we are congratulating you. Everything successful.
Thank you. First of all, please allow me to express my sincere thanks to all the members of Council. Thank you for attending the defense. Your patient and wonderful comments have provided me with many valuable inspirations and thoughts. and also pointed out the direction for my future academic development. Then, I'd like to thank my supervisor, Alina Zakchenko, for her intellectual guidance and help throughout my doctoral study. Her professional guidance not only helped me solve many difficult problems, but also gave me a deeper understanding of my research field. Her rigorous academic attitude and profound academic attainments have inspired me deeply and benefited me for a lifetime. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to my family and friends for their support, companionship, and help. They have been an important force in my life journey and have made me move forward with more determined and confidence. Finally, thanks to all the people who have helped me. I wish you all happiness, health, and fruitful academic achievements. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Окей, thank you very much. Окей. На цьому, шановні колеги, засідання спеціалізованої вченої ради вважається закритим.